Hey guys, BrickQueen here with the top 10 Lego sets that I wish I had gotten in the 90s whenever they were new. Most of these I had the opportunity to get at some point, but I did not, and I'm regretting it. So let me show you the top 10 sets that I wish I got in the 90s. So starting from the bottom, number 10, I would say the Fire-Breathing Fortress. It's set number 6082. So this one came out in 93. And if you're curious, this is all on brickset.com. If you want to check out some of these sets, you can certainly do that. So over here on the side, you have the original price, which was about $64. And then you have what it's worth now. New $500 or used $139. Really, the used price is not too terrible, for one of these older sets. But I do think this was a really cool looking set. I just really liked, the overall look of it. I liked the whole dragon head up here. I do have this little dragon, like from a different set, because they did use that in several sets. So I have that. I think the biggest thing that I'm missing from this, I would say, is I do love the base plate. They did use this base plate several times, several different sets. It would be different colors, and they would maybe change the printing on it, but I wish I had that base plate. It'd be cool to have. So anyway, that's my number 10, the Fire-Breathing Fortress. And if you're not interested in that, trust me, stay tuned. There are some really cool ones coming up. I'm starting from the bottom of the list. Gotta save the best for last, right? All right, so on to number 9. Set number 6086, the Black Knight's Castle. This one came out in 92. And, I just looked at the prices. And I kind of got sick a little bit there. Hadn't actually looked at the current value over here. Hooey. So original price $85, new it is now worth over $3,000. So if you are one of the lucky ones to have this set, I would definitely hold on to it because it clearly is extremely valuable. I had no idea it was that much. Even a used version is $343. Oh my gosh. So that is insane. As you can see, 12 minifigures, 9 of which are unique to this set. So it's a very cool looking set. I like this castle. Now really there's lots of old castles that I wish I had. I do have some old castles, but not anywhere near all of them. There's so many sets that I wish I had from the 90s. But I was born in 88, so I was growing up in the 90s, and clearly you can't get every set. It's nearly impossible. And I didn't grow up rich or anything, so I can't afford everything, definitely. So, anyway, very cool set. Kind of sickened at the price now. Clearly, this is one I will probably never, ever own. But I was thinking maybe some of the others, maybe one day I'll be able to get them if who knows? Maybe I'll just magically strike it rich. I'll win the lottery and be able to get every Lego set I ever wanted. That'd be awesome. Probably not gonna happen, but it'd be cool. Anyway, so on to number 8, and that is 6198, the Stingray Stormer. This is, one. Of course, it's old Lego system sets. I think all of these pretty much are. This is from AquaZone. And it's funny, it's tagged with mobile base, but I never really thought of this as a base. I just thought it was cool. I like stingrays, and this looks awesome. So the original price was $70, now it's $264 new, $123 used. Not too bad. Maybe one day I'll get that. Who knows? I do have some old AquaZone sets. So maybe I could even get this one where some of the pieces are missing. I could probably fill them in. Who knows? But still, I really liked AquaZone. I wish I could have all the old AquaZone sets. I think they're very, very cool. I just love the theme in general. I just think it's awesome. And let's see, that one was 1998. And so what is it, number 7 now? This one kind of is a bit more of a mobile base. It's number 6989, the Mega Core Magnetizer. So this one is M-Tron, and I really liked the old space the space sets. There was like M-Tron and B-Tron. I think there was even like a Unitron, I think, was one of the themes. I like all of those. I do have some of the old ones, but clearly there's some that I've missed and I wish I had. I usually got more of the smaller ones because they were just more affordable. This one was originally $60, and boy do I wish I could pay the original prices on these, right? This one actually came out in 1990, the 90s. That's where it started, 1990. So the new price on this is now $950. I mean, these are just estimates based off of eBay prices, but you can bet it's going to be roughly close to this. $950 new, $214 used. Man, wish we could go back to the 90s prices on these, right? That was a really cool set. I like the M-Tron sets. I think it'd be cool to have more of them. So anyway, next up, number 6 on my list is Fort Legoredo. I like a lot of the 90s themes, and like the old Western cowboy stuff was very, very cool. I can't really tell from this picture. I think the base plate was just fairly plain. I think it was just like a tan base plate. This is not, that part's not a huge deal. But I like the whole fort. I think it looks cool. And I do have some of the other Western sets, so it kind of would like, you know, go really great with like the sheriff station or the sheriff office or whatever I have, and the old bank and stuff like that. So I do have some of these minifigures from other sets. So this would be another cool one to have. This one came out in 96. 687 pieces. It was originally 85. Now it's like 400 new or 233 used. These prices are killing me. Anyway, let's go on to number 5. One of the old pirate ships. There's several old pirate ships I'd like to have. But the Skull's Eye Schooner. It is set number 6286. It came out in 93. So this was one of the big ones. It had 912 pieces. So the original price, and I'm not sure if this is quite accurate, it says $126.50. I don't remember them pricing stuff like with a, 50 cents on the end. It's usually like, maybe $125.99 or something like that. So we just assume, $126. But $126.50 looks odd. But it probably was around that. And new nowadays, it is over $2,000. And even used, it's $610. This is another one of those, I'm probably never going to own this set, but it doesn't stop me from looking at it and thinking it is a very cool looking pirate ship. I really like, the detail. I mean, granted, in the 90s, things were a little bit more blocky, a little less, like, super detailed like a lot of stuff is now. But I like the sails on it and just the overall look of the whole pirate ship. I still think it's cool. And I'm sure a lot of people disagree with this list I have going here, but this is just a personal top 10 for me. Just my personal top 10 90s sets I wish I had got. So, getting into the top 5 now. This was number 5. So, number 4, we have the Rock Raiders HQ. Set number 4990, and this one came out in 99, right at the end of the 90s. And Rock Raiders was awesome. I love, I know it's a lot of gray pieces, but I do love the other colors in Rock Raiders. The yellow and that like bluish greenish color I thought was very cool. And there was just a lot of cool stuff like the crystals and things like that and rock raiders. I do have this rock monster guy. I have that from a different set. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of old sets that I could probably try to build. If I really put my mind to it, I could rebuild some of these like out of spare pieces that I have. Because I do have lots of spare pieces from the 90s. So some things, who knows, I might could put together. But this one, let's see, 406 pieces, originally $80. You know, the new prices on this is not really that bad. New, $250, used, $146. You know, that's really not that bad compared to some of the others that I've been looking at. That's not too bad. So that's a maybe. Maybe one day I will own the Rock Raiders HQ. We'll see. But anyway, number 3 on my list is set number 6195, the Neptune Discovery Lab. This one came out right in the middle of the 90s. It was 95. I love the colors on this and the glass pieces. I love the base plate. Like, just everything about this is cool, right? Actually, I think, am I mistaken? That is 2 base plates, right? That's awfully big to be 1 base plate. Pretty sure that's 2. That are like, yeah, you can kind of see where it's connected in the middle here. Well, let me scroll up a little bit and you can see right down here, you can see where it's connected. So yeah, it's 2 base plates. So it forms this whole little, I don't know what you call it, underwater thing. This underwater scene looks incredibly cool to me. This kind of stuff is just awesome. I love the old minifigures, things like that. Sometimes it's cool just to collect the classics. Not to say that they're better than the new stuff. They're just different, and I like them. And this is one of those sets that I really, really like. I don't know, probably a year or 2 back. Well, actually, it's probably been longer ago than that. 2 or 3 years ago, probably. I looked this set up on eBay, and I almost bought it. But then I decided not to. And even then, I don't think the price has changed too much since then. It was originally $89. New, it's like $400. But used, pretty reasonable, $125. That's really not that bad. It was originally almost $90 up to $125. That's not a huge difference. And for this set, I don't know. I think it's worth it because it's just a very cool set. You get 2 very big, nice base plates that are just perfect for anything you're doing, like with underwater stuff. If you're into brick filming and things like that, base plates are just awesome. They're great to have for brick films because it just kind of gives you this like ready to go scene. It's awesome. Okay, so there's only 2 left on my list, and I don't know if you guys can guess what other 90s sets I might be missing or wishing I had. There are a lot, honestly, but I just tried to narrow it down to my top 10, which really was a challenge. But my number 2, actually number 1 and number 2 it was a toss-up which one to say, 1 and 2. So they're both very close. I would really love to have both of these. So number 2 is the Alpha Centauri Outpost. This was obviously the B-tron, well, actually it says B-tron 2. I don't remember there being a 1 and a 2, but I guess there was. So this one has another incredibly cool base plate, actually kind of 2 of them. I like this side over here. This is a great little landing pad here too, but this side looks cool. You know, you could do so much like moon space stuff with that. It's set number 6988, came out in 91, and originally it was $80. New, it's over $1,200, but used, it's $222 roughly. So maybe one day. But I just think that's a really, really cool looking space moon base kind of thing. And all the clear pieces are incredibly cool. I'm really missing some of these 90s sets. I wish I had them, right? New sets are awesome, but old sets can be just as cool. So, time to show you guys the number 1 set that I wish I had. And tell you about another set that I'm glad I have. But I'll get to that in just a second. Let me show you. The number one set on my list is the Space Monorail. It's set number 6991, the Monorail Transport Base. So they either made two or for some reason I'm thinking there was a third monorail. And I can't remember what theme it was, but there was a city one, which I do have, and I'm very glad I have. But I do have that one. It's not built because I have nowhere to display that. It takes up a lot of room, but it's still very, very cool. But I do have it somewhere. It's boxed up. I still have the original box for that. Super happy about that. Anyway, so this is the Space Monorail, though. It came out in '94, and it has 573 pieces. It was originally $178. It was already a pricey set. New, it's now almost $2,000, and used over $600. Even though the price is over $600 on this, I so want this set. I really, really want to get this set one day. It's gonna take, saving up, and eventually maybe I can get this. But I just love the idea behind the monorail. I like, you have the whole train system there, the whole monorail thing. I would love it if they made the monorail from Jurassic World. I mean, wouldn't that be awesome? But if you have one of these monorails, the city monorail would probably work better for that, because the city monorail is one big loop. It's just a big oval shape. This one I think is very cool because it does have it's a little bit more intricate, and you have the pathways go in different directions, and it's more interesting than the city one. Glad to have the city one, but this one I wish I had. You also have a very cool base plate over here, just kind of a basic base plate over here. But this one, it's got the space stuff on the base plate, so that would be awesome. Just the whole thing. I mean, because this set is one of those, it actually does come with this whole track system. So, this is definitely the set that I missed out on the most from the 90s. I wish more than anything that I had this, but maybe one day. That's the best I can say for that. That one came out in '94, and maybe one day I will own it, but for right now, this is the top 10 Lego sets that I missed getting in the 90s. Top 10 I wish I got in the 90s. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Which ones of these do you wish you had, or are there others from the 90s that you think are even better? And who knows, there are some that I have from the 90s, so that might be whether or not in the top 10. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.